Yo,
Hey, Cobre, this is Fasm, and you are on the Fasm Creative Podcast.
hello, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine, my friend. Just chilling. Just arrived to Barcelona and getting a little bit hot over here, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm super happy, my friend. Thank you.
So, you just flew into Barcelona this morning. Where did you come from?
Yes, I was in London. I was there for a week. I was painting a couple of murals. One in Lake Street that is pretty much like a tunnel completely covering graffiti. Right there in Waterloo Station, it's super cool because it's really in downtown area, and it's like it was about five guys painting at the same time. A lot of tourists coming through, and then I made another project by it was curated by these guys from Global Street Arts. They're super awesome, and they gave me this giant wall. It's 21 meters, that I believe is 60 feet by 3 meters. That is like 9 feet. It was pretty big. I made that in 3 days.
Oh, dang. You're a beast, bro.
But it was fun because it's super chill in London. It's not like California or Chicago. I could work from 8 in the morning till 8 in the night, like nonstop.
Yeah, and that's kind of like your style from what I remember. Your style is just to keep going and keep going. So, let me start by asking you a really big question, which is what is your passion in life?
My passion in life is creating big ass murals. My thing is to make these big portraits with a lot of wrinkles and with a huge impact. That when the people see that, they feel like that thing is alive. It's not a picture, it's not a painting, it's alive. That's pretty much my inspiration. That's my passion in life. That's what I want to do right now. Keep painting murals.
That's awesome. So, where were you born?
I'm from Santa Fe in Argentina. It's about 3 hours driving from the capital city of Buenos Aires. It's a medium city, 500,000 inhabitants, but for Argentina, that's pretty big. And yeah, I was born and raised over there.
And you still live in the same city?
Yes, well, Santa Fe is my base, pretty much. It's where I go to fill my creativity batteries. When I'm traveling all the time, and then I'm going back to home to chill, to hang out with my son, being there and doing nothing. And then it's time to fly again, go somewhere else. But yeah, my place to be is Santa Fe in Argentina. I'm spending there a lot of my time.
And so what was your childhood like there?
It was pretty crazy, man, because I believe I'm 32 years old now, and probably the people from the states who right now is 42 years old, we had the same kind of childhood because everything is late in Argentina. Graffiti, BMX, skateboarding, everything was arriving late. So I'm pretty much the first generation of muralists, like graffiti artists. So I had to born with that. I didn't have to copy from anybody else. I was pretty much inventing it because I was seeing that in movies and video clips and music and everything. So I think it was great because everything was virgin pretty much. Nobody was doing nothing of the things that I love, like BMXing and graffiti. So it was pretty clean for me.
Wow, that's super interesting.
It was perfect, man. Now I realize about it, and I think it's really good because we have no rules for graffiti. There is no law for graffitis there yet. It's like I wanted to paint a graffiti, I just will ask to the owner of the property, and then 100% of the times they will say yes, and that's it. Go paint. If you go to Europe or if you go to the States, it's kind of harder to get the permissions and everything. So I think I was really lucky to be born in a place like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like a pure introduction to it, and like no boundaries and like you said, rules.
Yes.
So, what are some of the projects that you've worked on? Because it seems like your career blew up in the last year.
Yes, pretty much the last year was the most important of all because I've been doing like muralism professionally since I finished my university, and it was about 4 years ago. and then I focus the 100% of my time to paint, And after that, I felt like my level, my skill set was increasing in a very dramatic way. And probably from the last couple of years, I was getting invited to many festivals all over the world. And that's what pretty much made me decide to paint graffiti full time, And going this year, I went 3 times to the States so far, 3 times to Europe. So that's pretty much a very nice way to work on my name. And that's pretty much where my career exploded.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Well, that's cool. So what are you going to be working on in Barcelona?
Well, I'm here in Barcelona because this is my base in Europe, pretty much, because I have a lot of friends here. My brother lives here, and tomorrow morning I'm going to Valencia. I have a 6-story building to paint. It's gonna be pretty intense because it's really hot down there, and I only have 7 days to finish it. And pretty much a sailor, dude, like a marine. It's gonna be fun. Let's see, my friend. I don't know what to expect.
Are you going to be wearing camouflage?
I'm gonna be wearing camouflage, bro. Like your vest with your spray cans. Yeah. I love that, man.
Yeah, we'll have to get you one when you're out here.
Oh man, I wish I had one of those.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you're coming here in October for Domo Walls to Modesto, California. Are there any other projects that are coming up in the near future?
I'm so excited about that, man. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know it because everybody's going to be there, and it's going to be a very intense couple of days. We're going to be painting. It's going to be so much fun. I know so.
Yeah.
And my project right now is when I get back to my city in Santa Fe, I have to paint a 20-story building.
So who are some artists that inspire you right now?
Right now or from always? Because I have like this old school like reference that I always look after, like Rembrandt or Dali or Picasso or Da Vinci, those the old school masters. For me, those are the best ones because they are pretty much who invented everything we are doing right now in a kind of a way, And I always I always like to go there and check it out what they were doing, trying to imitate the simple things about the colors and the shades, and that's pretty cool. About them, I really like it. And from the new school artists, I really like a guy from Brazil that is called Manzola. He's an hyper-realistic muralist that is really young and he's great. Also, I love the Italian Jorita Goch. He's a crazy good artist. Then the McLean crew from Germany, I love them too. And then, photographers and tattoo artists, because everybody's doing this kind of new school art, and you can learn from every little thing from them. And that's really what I like to pay attention on everybody.
That's cool. So what would you say has been a really fun project that you've worked on? Like, what's been your favorite so far?
Oh man, I don't know about that because every project is fun in a way, but I love festivals when I have to go and hang out with a lot of artists, and pretty much it's like having fun because you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and that's great. And I think maybe the one last year in Valencia in Spain where I was painting my grandma. That was fun, man. That was really fun because I was by myself in a little town in the middle of nowhere, like only 5K inhabitants. Like nobody was really there, and it was like 25 artists painting all over at the same time. And I was in a lift painting a building. It was really cool, man. I enjoyed it. And also this year, Lafayette was crazy with Wabash Walls. That was a really fun festival too. Last year, Wabash was another great festival. Yeah, and the better thing about painting mural is grabbing your backpack and going wherever you want and making new friends. That's pretty much what happens every time you go somewhere that you don't know.
Yeah, networking and just building new friendships and stuff.
Yeah, that's great, man. I love that.
So, what advice would you give a young person starting out in the art world, like maybe in their teen years?
I think the most important thing when you are learning, when you are a teenager, is like trying to get shit done, pretty much.
Put in the
Because
work.
it's, yeah, exactly. Go and work and try to learn. Don't do any vandalism because that's not cool. Because it's people, they take a lot of money and time and effort to build their houses, painting their walls and everything. And if you go with the spray can and then you will try to make a graffiti in the whitest wall of all, it's gonna be a problem. So it's much better if you like knock on that door, ask to that person, hey man, would you like me to paint a mural? And then you will have to make a lot of pre-work, like you won't get a dollar from nothing. But it's pretty much the way it has to be because you need practice. You need to make many projects. Like before you get to your 20s, you need 100 graffiti or murals at least. So after that, you're gonna have like a much better spray control, can control, and then you will understand pretty much what people likes about your work. You wanna define your style. That's pretty much what you do when you're a teenager. You learn about yourself because you don't know what you like yet. You have to work on your things, on your style, on your projects for free always.
Yeah. Okay. So then what advice would you give somebody maybe a little bit older in their 20s or 30s who are still doing it? What advice would you give them?
For them, it's like don't do anything for free. Yes. Because that happens when you are 17, 18. Now you are 25, you are 30, and then you are an artist with all your work in your head. It took you a lot of time to get to your level, to get to your skills, and I think it's really important for you to don't work for free and trying to define your own style. Like if you are known because you're making butterflies, keep painting butterflies because people are gonna talk about your butterflies, and everybody, whoever will need a butterfly, will call you. And if you like to paint big eyes, go and paint more eyes until you got the best eye in the world, pretty much. I
That's
think, no, I don't know.
yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It just sounds funny. You got the best eye in the world.
All right, that's the one. That's the one you want.
Yeah. So what are your favorite spray paints to use?
The 94. I'm not saying those are the best, but those are the ones that I know how to use because those are the ones that I can get in my hometown. We
Okay.
don't have any gold, we don't have any Molotov, we don't have any loop. The only one we have is 94. So I learned to paint with 94. So that's pretty much what I know. And I already have my color palette with those sprays, and I think
Hmm.
it really works for me. And every time that I have to paint with another brand, I will have to try to match the colors. So that's why I always try to get 94.
Yeah, and you like those browns and flesh tones.
I love them, man,
Yeah.
and the softness
Yeah.
they're really smooth.
So, okay, how about your favorite spray nozzles or spray tips?
I If I have to go with the fat area, if I have to like spray super hardcore, it's gonna be the Astrofat. And also, when I take the pressure out of my sprays, I like to use the Astrofat to make like splatters of paint on the skin or whatever. So it's gonna give it a little bit more of texture because I don't like solid colors pretty much. And that's everything made with Astro Cap. That's really useful. And then I love the skinny bananas for some effects. And then I love the 94 caps. They don't make those cups anymore. Now they're making a new ones. They are called cream cups. I didn't try them yet, but it's supposed to be the same.
Okay. So you have a technique where you spray some of the paint out, like you stick the can upside down and spray some out so you get lower pressure?
Yes, I pretty much kill the pressure of the spray. I don't like when you press and it's like out of control and it's paint all over the place and it's a mess. I don't like that. I love to have this very little control. Like if I flip it like upside down and then I press like for 3 minutes, it's a lot of time. And people is asking me all the time, "What you doing, man? Are you crazy? You wanna ruin that spray?" And that's pretty much what I want to do because no pressure, you can get those really tiny lines, for eyelashes and eyebrows and wrinkles and stuff. It has to be like no pressure at all. And then if you have that, if you have like two grays, the same gray, one is going to be like full pressure and the other one is going to be no pressure. So you can flip from one to the other and trying to, because sometimes you need the pressure for some effect, and for some others you don't.
That's see, this is the meat and potatoes of doing interviews, because I know of that technique, but I would never use it. But it's cool that you're using it, and it's kind of like the thing that you've stuck with, and it works for you.
Yes, man. There is no way that I can make my murals without that technique.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you work with solid colors, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to splatter paint, and if you take the pressure out too much, it's gonna be like a mess for you in the other way. In the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I think everything is gonna depend on the artist and the technique and the result they want.
Yeah.
Because I think for solid colors, for me, it's like when I have a solid color in my paint, it looks like it's not done. It needs more work on top.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense with your portraits and the details and the pores and the wrinkles and all that stuff.
Yes.
Well, cool, man. Thank you so much for doing this interview. My last question is just going to be, how can people see more of your work and possibly get a hold of you for some jobs?
Well, Instagram. That's pretty much the only social media that I use, and the only communication media and communication app that I use is Cobre Art. COBRE art. Cobre Art. That's pretty much my Instagram. There, they can see all my work.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to see you in October and to let people see just how awesome your murals are up close.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I'm looking forward to be there and hang out and have a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Yep. All right,
man. It's going to happen super quickly. Only a couple of weeks and I'm going to be there.
I know. I'll see you soon, man.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for everything. I love the interview.
All right. See you soon.
See you, bro.